Everybody, I'm Ray.
And I'm Kiki.
And we are Team Reese.
And today, listen, we got a whole lot to tell y'all. We went on this past summer a Carnival Firenze cruise. Our first cruise sailing from the west coast of the USA.
Absolutely, out of Long Beach.
Yes, first time sailing on one of Carnival's Italian-themed ships. And we sailed to Cabo, San Lucas, and Ensenada, Mexico. Man, we got a lot to tell you.
Let's go with it.
So today we're going to be giving you our full review of our experience. We're going to talk embarkation. We're going to talk food, entertainment. We're going to talk about the port stops we went to. Ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's talk about the embarkation process. Ray, you want to start with that?
Yeah, so embarkation process was a little bit different than we do in Florida. Normally in Florida, they kind of have it set up where it's more streamlined. But in California, at the Long Beach port, it was like just you had to weave in and out as you was getting to it, and then when you got to the table, if it's two or more people, be prepared to be at that table for a little while because they only have one person checking everybody's identification, cruising documents, and everything. I think personally that if you're going to have that, especially with that amount of people, you should have more tables, and then you should have at least two people at each table.
Yeah, they started a second line while we were there, but we had already stood in our line for a long time before they started that second line.
We were in that line probably about almost 25, 30 minutes.
So despite the little bit of challenges, and I wouldn't even really call them challenges, it just was a little bit more of a waiting process.
Yeah, definitely.
The actual process of getting on the ship, keep in mind, this port has long walks and they are like elevated walks. So there are ramps that you're gonna have to go through, and there are a lot of them. So yeah, if you have any kind of physical limitations, definitely keep that in mind. Look for those elevators when you get there to try to get you past some of those. Let them know you got a physical limitation so that they can help you navigate that in a better way. Because when I say it was a lot of walking, it was a lot of walking.
Definitely, and if you can request a wheelchair, if you really do need the wheelchair, request a wheelchair, because if not, you're gonna be upset even before you get on the cruise. I want to talk about the bridge between the port and the actual ship. So normally when you go on a ship, it's normally enclosed, but this was an open air bridge walking from the port, the inside port, to the ship itself, and that was such an amazing feeling because it was a beautiful day. The wind was blowing. You could see the water. You could see it was just a beautiful moment.
It's almost like you got to feel the cruise setting before actually stepping foot on the ship. I like that. I wish that more ports were like that.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about the stateroom. So we had a Cove balcony stateroom. Those are located on deck 2 of the ship. So as low as you can go for a balcony room, right? So you were very close to the water, and I absolutely loved that. In fact, Ray and RJ did too. Yeah,
that was really good.
Yeah, just the way that you can see how close the waves are and just feel and hear the sounds of the ocean so well in your room. Even with the balcony door closed, I felt like we could hear the ocean the whole time. Aside from it just being a Cove balcony, I thought the room was decent. I mean, it was a decent size. It was clean. It smelled fine. It was taken care of. Now, keep in mind, we were on this ship maybe 2 months after it debuted as a Carnival ship. It was a repurposed coaster ship that's now a Carnival ship. And so it had just been refurbished a couple months before we set sail. So I thought the room was great. I didn't have any problems with it at all.
I really enjoyed that room, especially that was our first Cove balcony. I think Kiki may have said that, but if not, that was our first Cove balcony. And so we were right there with the lifeboats. And you would think it would be obstructed because of the size of the lifeboats, but the lifeboats were in a perfect position. So if you were out there on a sunny day, the sun wasn't all in your face, you can kind of see really good. And it gave you shade too at the same time, in the day and evening. So it was a really, really good time.
I thought it was a comfortable room. The amenities were pretty standard Carnival amenities, right? You got your bathroom there, you got your access to your stateroom host and all those things. And we got a few little extra perks for being a part of a group cruise. So yeah, let's talk about one of our favorite parts of cruising. What do you think that is, Ray?
The food.
The food. So let's kind of break that down a little bit, because we have your regular main dining. We had some specialty dining there. So go ahead, jump into whichever one you want to jump into first.
I'm going to jump into the specialty dining. The specialty dining we did on the first night was the
Chef's Table.
That was our first time experiencing Chef's Table. I'm a very picky eater. I'm starting to become a little bit more open to food.
Add a few more berries to that very picky eater. Wow.
But so I wasn't really sure of, and Kiki wasn't either, how I was gonna react to it. And I saw how it was very small plated food, very petite food. It was just enough for you. And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be hungry after this. And I also saw I saw kind of the stuff that was coming out. I was like, man, I'm not gonna want this. Well,
I was concerned too.
Shirley will tell you that food was good. Even though it was small, even though it was petite, small portions, I really enjoyed it. And
it was like 13 courses or something, right? I believe it was 13 courses. So it was small, but it was lots of small portions. So we were full at the end.
Right, exactly. And there were a couple things, like for me, when I like steaks or anything like that, I prefer them well done.
I'm glad you pulled that little bit back.
I prefer them well done. So we had one, that joker was still moving. And I was like, I don't know, I'm gonna slide this on to the side.
My steak was a perfect medium. It was really good.
She likes it still. So.
But anyway, we did have a couple favorite dishes there. I really loved it was Wagyu beef that we tried for the first time, right? Excellent.
Yeah.
So good. The other specialty dining spot that we went to was Il Viaggio. Now, the only thing that I have to really compare Il Viaggio to on Carnival is Cucina del Capitano. Hands down, far better than Cucina to me, to us. The food was excellent, very beautiful atmosphere, very kind of upscale, classy feel. Right. We also went on, Firenze night or Venetian night. So everyone's all kind of dressed up in their Venetian formal wear, and the food was just delicious.
Yes, it was.
A lot of it came highly recommended. Ray had this pork chop that was very good.
My goodness.
I had, what did I have? The soup. I had this really good soup. It tasted like ham and bean soup. It was so good. And then for my meal, I had like a shrimp scampi type dish. And then they had desserts. Now, I am always way too full to make it to dessert, and this was no different for me. I could not eat the dessert.
To the rule.
Yes, but Ray, tell us about the desserts at Il Viaggio.
So I think I had tiramisu. And it was like a deconstructed tiramisu, I believe. And then Kiki had this,
Mile High Gelato pie that I didn't even get to taste.
See,
Ray destroyed it.
No.
I actually thought that I was going to enjoy it later, and then remembered later that it was actually gelato, and it was just a big plate of nothing by the time I got to liquid. But those were our specialty dining experiences. The dining, I thought, was really hit or miss. I think we had, I can't remember anything.
It was like 50-50.
That was just absolutely amazing. I do remember Ray having some things that were very, very bad. But you can check out, we do have a full video of Carnival Firenze food options, specialty and included dining options. But yeah, main dining was very, very hit or miss. Now, all the other little specialty spots that were on board the ship, everything that we tried there were good. El Mercado I thought was tasty. The Guy's Burger, oh my God, the pizza burger at Guy's Burger, so good. Yeah. Seafood Shack, amazing. Those spots are always hits to us.
I would highly recommend that before your cruise on this particular cruise ship, kind of take a look and see of a list of the different food options that are available, and then know where they are. Because there are a couple places I wanted to go to, but I forgot about.
And couldn't find.
So, try to make you a list and try to know, well, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go here.
Yeah.
That way you can experience everything.
Let's talk about the ship itself. Some of the onboard activities and the different areas of the ship. The ship is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is classy. They definitely nailed that, like, Italian theme across the ship.
Yeah.
There was some questionable artwork, but aside from that, But aside from that, I thought the ship was very pretty, very elegant. Yeah. I loved the look and feel. It felt classy. I don't know if this is just a sailing from the West Coast kind of thing, but it felt very classy yet laid back. Like not a classy, uppity, nose in the air kind of feel. Like very just laid back, chill atmosphere.
And I would definitely say that it's laid out in a way where it was. I believe we were at full capacity, but you couldn't tell. Yeah. I never felt like, well, hold on, y'all, we got to get through this little crowd. I never felt like that.
I thought that I would miss the traditional Lido deck layout, and I really didn't. I felt like it was fine how it was.
It was set up just right, so I like that.
Yes. We also visited the pool areas, the water slide, the sports deck area. Yes. We spent the day just doing all those things. What did you think of those?
I think they were pretty good. I think for our son, he likes going to the splash pad. I think the splash pad they had available there was more geared towards smaller children.
I can agree with that.
And so I think that if the splash pad would be a little bit bigger or a little bit more, have more activities to it, that would be good. And they had more slides than I thought. I thought they only had one slide, but once I got on, I noticed they had 3 different slides. So I think that area was pretty good, and even the seating area. They had plenty of seating up there as well. So.
Yes. One of the areas that I really loved too was the adult only area. And that's called I can't remember what it's called, but it was very pretty. I'll put it on the screen. It's very pretty, and it really nailed that Italian theme too. It had like a cute little seating area for eating that was kind of Italian diner style with the checkerboard look. It was really cute. Yeah. And comfortable, cozy, lots of cozy seating in that area. And then we love the piano bar. There was a lot of spots that we went to that we thought were like nice favorites on the ship.
Really did. I really enjoyed that piano bar that night too. So.
Yes. And the entertainment in the piano bar was really good too.
Absolutely.
I never made it to the fitness center, but we did do a workout on the one of the top open decks where where the walking path is. So that was kind of neat area to work out too. Entertainment on the ship. Now, we have to admit, we were on a group cruise. We were trying to hit the group cruise activities. We were trying to spend time with our son. We were trying to spend time as a couple. We didn't make very many entertainment. I think we caught one show at the very end of the cruise. We caught the beginning of a comedy show, which didn't start off great, so we didn't stick around for. But other than that, I don't think we really saw much of the entertainment on the ship, so can't speak too much to that.
On the ship, activity-wise?
Yeah, not through group, but on the ship.
I think on the ship, we kind of just chilled.
We didn't do bingo or nothing.
We didn't do anything. We tried to do it. We did we did this trip a little bit differently and not made it all business. And so we started to do more of the family time. And so we didn't do a lot of activities. I think any activities we really did was that one when we had the sea day. So we did the water slides. We did, just kind of sat around. And so those were our activities. Relax. That was the activities we did mostly, was just relax.
Yeah. Next, we're going to talk about the ports that we went to. But before we did that, allow us to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us so much. Click that like button, click the subscribe button, and click the notification bell so that you can be notified each and every time we post a new video. And if you feeling a little fresh, want to do something a little different, want to jump out there a little bit more, consider becoming a channel member. With that membership, you will get access to exclusive content.
Absolutely.
You will get firsthand knowledge of all of our travel arrangements, and you will get access to some of our videos before everybody else gets it. So a shout out to all of our current channel members. And again, if you don't do any of the rest of those things, please at least hit that subscribe button for us. All right, so let's talk about our port days. So we had 2 ports. Let's talk about Cabo first. So Cabo is a port where you actually have to take a water taxi from the ship onto the island because the ship cannot dock actually at Cabo. So the process of getting onto one of those water shuttles, you had to get up really early in the morning to get one of the tickets for the water shuttle if you wanted to get off early. And then you had to have your entire party down there when they called your number. I think it was a pretty smooth process, but I can see how that can get a little complicated, later if you like we got pretty early passes
Right.
because I got up and went down there early in the morning. I can see how that could get a little messy if you don't get that early spot.
Yeah, make sure you have everybody with you, and then have on some comfortable shoes.
Yes.
And because you're going to tender from the boat to the island, it's going to be kind of rocky getting on. So just take your time. And again, if you're someone who has a handicap, who has maybe a disability as far as like walking, or you can't walk there really far, or climb, or you need assistance, be mindful of that when you come, if you want to get off the ship, because you're going to need either someone with you or going to have to ask for assistance to get off, because that tender is going to be doing like this, and you don't want to slip. Yep.
And also make sure you have, if you are someone that gets prone to seasickness, make sure you have like some ginger, what do you call them? Ginger candy or apple slices, sea bands, whatever your preferred remedy is for seasickness, because you might get seasick on that water shuttle ride.
Well, eat the apple beforehand, because they may not let you take that fruit off of the ship. Yeah. So, but the ginger candy, like he said, the ginger candy, the sea band, something like that can help you get yourself stabilized. As
far as the port itself, the port of Cabo, I thought we had a great time. Now, we did an excursion that was not sponsored through Carnival. We actually did an external excursion, a private one, but we had a good time. Yeah. The little bit of feedback that we got from some other people that went through Cabo and did like Carnival type excursions is that they did come across a lot of aggressive selling. Yes. People selling items. We did not encounter that very much because we were at a private beach. Right. There were a few people there that were selling, but it wasn't, over the top.
Right. They weren't really aggressive. If you said no the first time, then they were like, okay.
Yes. But Cabo is beautiful. Yes. We went and actually went to the Rio Palace Resort, which was absolutely gorgeous. And we were able to stay with them courtesy of Resort for a Day. Yeah.
All day.
So Resort for a Day is definitely an option for you if you're looking for something to do in Cabo.
Absolutely.
Yep. And our other port stop was Ensenada, Mexico.
Yes.
Ensenada, we had no idea what to expect. Of course, never been to either one of these stops, so didn't know what to expect. We ended up just grabbing a tour that we heard about after stepping off the ship. Right. We completely winged it. Ended up taking a tour to La Bufador and absolutely loved it.
That was excellent.
Yes, it was very, very good. Our tour guide was very entertaining. She was great. She knew her stuff. She knew the area very well. We had some delicious food at a restaurant there called, I believe it's Habana Banana. We ate some good food there, had some good drinks. So yeah, that was a good day. Lots of stuff. They sell lots of stuff at La Bufador.
Yes.
So if you're looking for shopping, yes.
Be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah, so those were our 2 port stops. I would definitely recommend the Rio Cabo, and definitely recommend going through Resort for a Day for that.
If you want to. It's an excellent choice, and everything is all inclusive.
All right, so Ray, let's talk about the service and the staff and our overall impression of the ship.
Overall, we're going to start with service and staff. Overall, service was excellent. I never had any issues staff-wise as far as our room steward and the staff on the ship itself were very accommodating. If you had any requests you needed, they were accommodating with the request. Only thing, and it's probably going to be like this from now on for as they build newer ships on any line, is that I wish they had an ironing board or ironing room, but they do not have it. So
they do not.
Come prepared with some wrinkle release from your favorite brand of wrinkle release. Or what we did learn, and this was through some friends of ours, is that if you go to the dry cleaners and you have your clothes in the dry cleaner's bag, that helps prevent so many wrinkles in your clothes.
Oh, so like bringing your clothes in, packing them in a dry cleaner bag?
Yeah, if you can. If you don't use packing shoes, if you want to try to prevent the wrinkles so much. But overall, staffing-wise...
I'm a packing cube kind of girl.
Yeah. Staffing-wise, service-wise, excellent. I have no issues. 10 out of 10.
Okay. I would agree. I thought the service was good. I wouldn't say it was the best service I've had on a cruise ship. I wouldn't say it was bad at all by any stretch of the word. They took care of us. They did what needed to be done to take care of everybody that was there. I thought they were good.
Overall experience.
Yes.
Overall experience for our family, I think it was an excellent overall experience, and I'm ready to do that cruise ship again. That's an excellent cruise ship. Again, no issues. Food wise, you know, when we were on the main dining room, a couple things happened with the main dining room. Nothing significant, like, oh, let me tell you, but it was a good experience, and I would definitely take my family back again to be on the Carnival Firenze.
Yeah, Ray definitely said they needed some seasoning. So that's probably the biggest, Ray's probably biggest con was that he needed some seasoning on his main dining room food.
I'm not one of the people that complain about seasoning on food.
Not at all.
Woo!
Not at all, yeah. Yeah, I think overall for me, it was an excellent cruise. I really want to cruise from the West Coast again. Yes. I really liked this style of ship. I did the only thing I kind of missed was like the whale tail, because that's like Carnival staple, right? Mm-hmm. The whale tail. You don't get that on the Italian themed ship. But I still thought the ship itself was just beautiful. I love the Italian theme of it. I loved the food. I love the way they took staple Carnival restaurants and gave them that Italian theme twist.
Gave it that spin.
Yes, and I just thought it was overall a great cruise. I enjoyed the company we were with, and it was good.
Right.
Pros and cons, I think, just I can't really think of any cons. Like I guess I don't know. Do you have any cons other than the food?
I think, and the food is not all the food. It's just
it's just the main dining room.
I think the only con I have is that it's just one of those things where you have to do your research. Just the cruise port itself, you need to know about like how long you're going to be standing there, and then how long it's going to take you to get from where you are. Because even after the table, there was like 2 or 3 more stops.
You mean like the check-in process?
Right, the check-in process. Like,
even before that, getting to the port, like do a little bit of research on how to get to the port as well, because there was a lot of traffic, and the person that was driving us was able to get us around that traffic. Right. So there's a couple of different ways to do that. You can catch the shuttle from
your hotel if available.
If you catch the shuttle from your hotel, then they can kind of park where shuttles and buses go. Also, we were told that if we would catch the shuttle from the Queen Mary, which is very close to where Carnival Firenze is docked, that's another way to kind of get around some of that traffic. If
you decide to use a Lyft or Uber or a taxi, maybe we would suggest leaving maybe an hour and a half early, or it may be 2, because they said, especially leaving during the week, there's a lot of traffic because everybody goes through that same port. So there's a lot of traffic that goes through there, and our driver said that sometimes you could be in line an hour and a half sometimes just to get to your next destination. And you don't want to be late for your cruise.
All right, that covers our review of the Carnival Firenze, but we want to know, what are your thoughts on this ship? Have you ever sailed on this ship before? Have you sailed on either of Carnival's Italian themed cruises? Drop your comments down below and let us know what your experiences have been like with those ships or with Carnival overall. And if you have any helpful tips that you want to share with others that we didn't capture, drop those down in the comments below too, because we love having a community here, and we want to share all the tips. We need all the tips.
We need them.
So again, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you click the like button, click the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. Ding. And until the next time,
Team Reese.
All day.
All day.
Bye, guys.